From here on out, let the council begin. Let our members discuss the matter with a clear conscience of the goddess of law. Oh lord, they're really going through with this? Today's deliberation shall be about Miles Edgeworth's aptitude and ability as a prosecutor, of which it really shouldn't be put into question to begin with. Very confused about why this is happening, other than the fact that they're corrupt. Also, who are you? What? Why are you wearing that raincoat? Excuse me, what now? Excuse me? I'm gonna need some follow-up on that. Excuse me? You've done a lot of good. You've done a lot of good, game. Y'all best not be pulling off what I think you done just gone and pulled off. Unacceptable. Okay, better be okay. Okay, well, intrigue has been gained. Calm down. You're getting dust everywhere. And I'm gonna get mud everywhere, too! I've already cleaned this room 3 times since this morning. Well, now you'll need to do it a 4th time. Way too calm, sir! What if they actually take your badge? The decision has not yet been made, but it looks like it's pretty much decided. Don't you remember what Judge Courtney said? Of course I do. It's literally one of the 3 things she ever says. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the PIC has you in its sights. They really like covering up the truth, and you keep constantly exposing it, so they kind of hate you. They will receive a report on everything you did here today, and you will most likely be required to appear before them. I have been ordered to attend the meeting. That is all. I hate this, sir. I won't be able to work with you anymore. As a detective, perhaps you should welcome this turn of events. You would no longer have to work with such a troublesome prosecutor as myself. But why would you say something like that, sir? The problem is with the PIC and their false accusations. Mr. Edgeworth, don't tell me you actually want to become a defense attorney. I admit to being intensely curious. What are you deciding on, Edgeworth? Because you can't do that. Being a prosecutor is exactly what makes you Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. What am I supposed to do, call you Defense Attorney Edgeworth? That's marginally more syllables. I can't handle that. I'll bite my tongue. A defense attorney, huh? I became a prosecutor because of the incident where I lost my father. However, the reason I became interested in the legal world was because my father, who passed away, had been a defense attorney. To fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney? I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. Are you listening, sir? I don't like this one bit. There's no need for you to be so pessimistic. It's very strange seeing Edgeworth try and give a pep talk. Maybe my replacement will be more lenient during your salary assessments. I see. Well, that way I can eat more than just instant noodles every day. Wait, what am I saying? That's not the point here. He was actually imagining it. Well, I imagine he would like to be paid slightly better. We're busy right now. Come back later, pal. Oh, okay, or just barge in. I guess that's an option too. Paging Mr. Edgeworth. Is there a Mr. Miles Edgeworth here? Mr. Edgeworth is busy now. I'll listen to whatever you have to say later, pal. This isn't good. Your face has become all red. A red face. A red face. Like I said, we're kind of busy right now, so... I got it! You have a tummy ache, right? This calls for an injection. Stat! Please roll up your sleeves. No, I am perfectly healthy. Who might you be? I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Karen Jensen. Okay, well, you're a nurse and your first name is Care, so I get that part. Not sure about the Jensen part. I'm a registered nurse at the Die Young Hospital. Okay, so I'm just gonna go out here and say that I would like to be at any other hospital other than that. I fully understand the fact that those are just 2 people's last names put together, but they really should have thought ahead of time. Like, that is a terrible name for a hospital. I'm sorry, but nobody here is sick. You must have the wrong room. Are you Mr. Miles Edgeworth? You have such great wrinkles between your brow. Could it be lupus? This calls for an injection. It's never lupus. Everyone knows it's not lupus. Just tell me what business you have with me. Also, I don't think that's what causes that. What? Yes. Actually, there's someone who'd like to see you. Please wait a moment. I'll call them here right now. Wait! Well, that was a little bit awkward. She left, sir. Wonder who she's gonna bring. She's bringing someone from the hospital. Could it be a patient, sir? Maybe it's someone who was traumatized by your harsh words. What is that supposed to mean? See? When you glare at me like that, it feels like I'm gonna have a heart attack. You could send someone to the hospital with that. I mean, to be fair, I can think of a particular lady who almost practically was. Those were brutal times, Edgeworth. Is it really that bad? Just being my normal self, though. Yes, well, your normal self is miraculously and extraordinarily very intimidating. Kay! Okay, well, she's not dead. That's good news. Sorry for the wait. Well, what do you think? Oh my god. Who did this? What do I think? Do you not recognize me? Now that she mentioned it, I feel like I met her before. Is this not meant to be Kay? Sure looks like her. This card, your name was written on it. Do you know who I am? This Kay got amnesia? Mr. Edgeworth, maybe you really did send her to the hospital. Of course not. But this is your business card, sir. It clearly says Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. That's true. I'm terribly sorry. Well, the truth is, this girl suffers from memory loss. Memory loss? Yeah, that seems to be the case. Her parents should be worried sick right now. They probably haven't been able to sleep. I doubt they've gotten more than 8 hours. Is that not already the recommended amount? Isn't that plenty of sleep? Thank you, game. I see. It just sounds horrible, but it's all right now. Since she has that business card, she must be an acquaintance of Mr. Edgeworth. Is this not supposed to be Kay? Legit. It looks damn near identical to her, unless this is like even if she had like a mysterious twin sister or something, you'd think they would have assumed it was her. It looks just like her. Leave it to us, pal. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. We might be able to verify her identity at least. Would you really do that for me? First, I'd like you to tell us everything that you know. That's on Mr. Edgeworth. You have nothing to worry about now, miss. Good grief. All right, she don't seem mysterious to me. That just looks like a horribly injured Kay. I don't like that. But still, where to begin? What should I ask her first? Miss, do you remember your name? My name? I'm terribly sorry. She's been like this ever since yesterday, you know. So you found her yesterday. Wow, that's amazing. How'd you know? Do you have pudding for brains? What a tiresome woman. I found her stumbling around late last night, so I took her in. I wanted to help her out, so I looked through her things. I'm not 100% sure if that's completely kosher, but all right. So that's how you found my business card. Did she have anything else with her? Nothing to reveal her name or address. But she was wearing this when I found her. It's an unusual design, don't you think? That's her badge. That's her thing. That's Kay. What? This badge is what? The Yadagatas? That means it couldn't be. Are you Kay? Kay? I mean, was that not blisteringly obvious? She's got some bandages on her head. She has her hair down and she's not wearing her same outfit, but that's clearly Kay. She's the right size, the height, the eyes, the face, the everything. That's just Kay, come on. You're literally a detective. And Miles Edgeworth may be a prosecutor, but he's also basically a detective at this point. How could... Her voice has got to sound the same too. What the heck, guys? You are Kay, right? I am Kay? Kay! Don't you remember me? I mean, you'd always call me Gummy, pal. Gummy? I would call one of my elders something so rude? Oh no! She hit her head so hard she somehow became unsassy. I'm so sorry. What a horrible thing I did. I feel like my heart is going to burst from guilt. But just what happened to you, pal? You become so sensitive. If you're this sensitive and delicate and frail, then you're not even Kay anymore. You're someone else, pal. Watch your words, detective. If you say that, it almost sounds like Kay isn't sensitive or delicate at all. Well, I don't know if I'd call her delicate by any stretch, but I could definitely call her sensitive to the matters of others. She may be a sassy lass, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have a heart. Though I can't deny there is some truth to what he's— a little bit, but not totally. What sort of person was I before I lost my memory? Well, for starters, your name was Kay Faraday. A cheerful girl full of spirit and vigor, and a great thief. Great thief? Yes, to put it frankly. A great thief steals valuables from people's drawers and safes. Steal? I cause so much trouble for others? Well, I mean, to be fair, you've never actually stolen anything. You just kept talking about it a lot. I'm so sorry. I never imagined I'd be a criminal. Maybe losing my memory was retribution for my crimes. Okay, no. No, you didn't actually. Maybe I should have led with— oh, Lord. Oh, this is so messed up, sir. But it does sort of make sense, you know. These gloves and stuff, they look just like what a thief might wear. What? I admit Kay dresses a bit eccentrically, but what exactly about her outfit screams thief to you? The gloves, maybe, and the scarf kind of gives off a slight ninja vibe, but what about her pink shirt and skirt exactly tells you that she was a thief? That's a brash and bold assumption. Those clothes! Yes, she was wearing them when I found her. I had her change her clothes, so I'm holding on to them for now. Well, frickin' give them back! Something appears to be stuck on her clothes. Perhaps it has something to do with Kay's memory loss. I'll send it down to the lab later and have them check it out, sir. Good. I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. At any rate, these really look like a thief's clothes, don't they? Not really, no. I'm a criminal? It's true, you were a great thief, but you never once did you commit a crime. That alone I can assure you. Is that so? It's probably better if I don't press this issue any further. Yeah, I don't know if that would be good for her brain right now. I'm really sorry for not remembering you. What kind of relationship did we have? That's an interesting question. I think I'd best put it as complicated. I mean, we're obviously, you know, the two of them are obviously friends, clearly, but I don't know. I kind of been getting, I've personally, at least over the course of this game, I've been really sort of getting a kind of a father-daughter vibe from this entire situation, if I'm being honest. I mean, that might just be me. Maybe brother-sister or something, but the exact nature of relationship, I suppose it would be strictly defined as friend. Well, that's rather difficult to explain. See, he gets it. Okay, you, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. My. So then a prosecutor is the kingpin of a great thief? No, that's not what I meant, pal. The last time I met Kay was the day before yesterday. Just what did she do from then up until now? You clearly had a very busy day, good lord. Miss Jensen, was the badge the only thing this girl had on her? She did have some other things, but I don't think they'll be very helpful at all. Well, I don't mind. Please show them to me. I mean, literally anything is good when you have no information at all. Well then, I'll give them to you one by one, okay? This is a Jammin' Ninja mask. Maybe she went to a superhero show or something? This seems to be a letter addressed to Kay. All right, well that seems incredibly important. This is a ticket stub, and this is a flower made of cloth, like the ones you usually see in restrooms, sir. What kind of bathrooms have you been going to, Gumshoe? A corsage. It's used primarily as an accessory for women. Well, that's everything. Did you find anything out? You mind me oh, I can't look at the stuff? All right, I'd kind of like to look at the letter. Not really. It was just a bunch of random things. I'll have to look them over in more detail later. Oh, there we go. All right, well, could I do that now? A replica of the Jammin' Ninja's mask, made out of a cheap plastic. A letter in Kay's possession, it's addressed to Kay. Yeah, I need to take a gander at that. Also, the ticket stub might be helpful too. It'll tell us, you know, at the very least, it should give us a place, maybe even a time if we're lucky. A cloth decorated shaped like a purple flower, called a corsage. All right, hang on a second here. Hang on a second. Hold your horses, Gumman. All right, I need to take a gander at some things. Dear Kay, I promise that I'll get it back for you. Your most precious memory. Jill. All right, well, that's not a lot to work with, but it's something. Gotta look for somebody named Jill, apparently. All right, can I look at anything else over here? Let's see. The Grand Tower viewing platform. April 4th, 1928. Ah, Lord. Okay, that would be, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so that would basically be 7:30. Okay, that's good to know. So someplace, she was somewhere at 7:30 p.m. on the viewing platform of a Grand Tower. Okay, that should give us at least a place to maybe look. That's what I'm gonna go with. Anything else to look at with the corsage, the mask? No? All right. Good to check, good to check. This is horrible. Kay's lost in memory. How do we get her back to normal? Calm down, detective. I've already thought of something. As I would expect of Mr. Edgeworth. So what'd you find out, sir? Look at this ticket stub. Oh, it's a ticket for the viewing platform of the Grand Tower. Miss Nurse, do you know something about the Grand Tower? Of course I do. It's a super famous dating spot after all. They say that if a couple holds hands up there, they'll be together forever. Didn't they say the exact same thing at the Gatewater Lands? I feel like that was definitely a thing. There's a lot of weird couple superstitions and legends going on in this particular town. Very weird. Interesting. The timestamp on the ticket is from yesterday. Moreover, it's only valid on the day of issue. Since she only has the stub, she must have used it. I guess that's the place we saw her during the pre-case movie, I guess. All right, well, clearly we need to go to the Grand Tower. It's very likely. Well, then let's go. Also, I think I may have given Gumshoe Edgeworth's voice there for a second. Oops, my bad. Right now, sir? The cause of Kay's memory loss is hidden in her actions. But what about the PIC? Oh, like I give a damn about those soldering old fools. I said soldering. I meant coddering, and I don't even know if I said that word right. Oh, well. Yeah, they're soldering, you know. That's the thing. It's still too early for me to be summoned there. So, should I leave Kay with you then? Yes, I dare say you should. That is what I would prefer. Kay, you're fine with that, right? I was gonna say, shouldn't she be put over to the police or something? But then I realized that technically Gumshoe is that, so... that is what I would prefer. Kay, you're fine with that, right? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Well, I have to get back to work, so if anything happens, please contact the Die Young Hospital. I won't. If you guys need an injection, I'll be there anytime, any place. That's concerning. Yes, I understand. I don't think I'll call her for an injection, though. That's mad creepy. Get out of here, you. Well then, let's go, detective. And you too, Kay. Yes, sir. Thank you for helping me. She's so demure. And the friendship squad is just sauntering over. They're not rushing over all triumphantly at all. Oh, everything's a mess. According to the pamphlets, this building is 50 stories tall. It's mostly filled with offices, though. Only the viewing platform is open to the public. Well, that's a weird tower, then. Here you go, sir. I just got this at the reception desk. There's a reception desk outside of the tower? What? Good, thank you. All right, contains a cross-section of the tower and an overhead view of the platform. Ooh, that sounds handy. In fact, I want to take a look at that right now, if you don't mind. I'm kind of extraordinarily invested in helping out Kay, wouldn't you know it? All right, so I guess that's from the front view, and that would be from above. They got a tree and they got a candy stand. That's pretty nifty. Okay, all right, I get you, I get you. Now then, let us head inside immediately. The Grand Tower! The Grand Tower is collapsing! What? Huh? What? No, you can't. Please stop, please, I beg of you. It's no good. Unless I drink fresh milk, my thoughts just won't reach. What? What's wrong, pal? Did something happen at the Grand Tower? Cut! Cut. Whoa, what? Hey, what's going on? Oh, hey, I know you! Excuse me. We're sort of in the middle of shooting a movie, and, also, isn't that the kid from the museum? I suspected as much. What do you mean you suspected as much? I saw you react in horror. You know, sorry for any trouble we've caused you. Detective Gumshoe? I'm so sorry, pal. I really thought the tower was gonna collapse or something. Whatever. Hey, director, I'm taking a break. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. What a relief. Looks like the tower's collapse was prevented somehow. Oh my god, Kay. Explaining all this to Kay as she is now would take more time than it's worth. Well then, we should get going. Whoa. Is this, the viewing platform? Damn, it's fancy. They got a TV up here? Why do they have a TV up here? Who puts a TV outside? That's just weird. Still, very nice. Wow, what a view. I bet I can see my house from here. Gumshoe, I thought you lived in like a dingy apartment. The wind is really strong up here. Everything should be fine as long as you stay close to me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. You know, it's actually kind of funny. A long time ago, my sister actually did get carried away by the wind once. It was, yeah, she was very, very young, very small, and she had a big coat on, so basically enough wind got trapped on her, so she basically flew away like a kite. It wasn't very far or very high, obviously, but she still definitely gained lift. It was pretty fantastic. And that just made me think of Kay flying around. It's a thing ninjas do, so it's not out of line. If you start to blow away, one of us will be sure to catch you. That just makes me think of it more. So as she's a kite. Me and the game. Me and the game, we're on the same wavelength. I love it. Okay, do you recognize this place? I don't know. Was I really here? Maybe if I get her to talk a bit, it'll help her jog her memory. Okay, just tell me whatever you remember. Anything will do. Okay, but I don't know how much help I'll be. Don't much like having to cross-examine Kay, especially like this. This ain't no good. Did I really come to a place like this? It's so high up, and the wind is so strong. It's frightening. I just can't remember. I can't remember anything at all. I'm sorry. Just I thought it's impossible. Oh, that's no good. The memory isn't clearing up at all, huh? I'm sorry. It's a bit pathetic, isn't it? Oh, you've been through so much. Calm down, it's all good. You're both going out of your way from me, but I'm not helping at all. You're doing just fine. You have memory loss after all. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember to go easy on us, sir. Normally you have this really intense and kind of scary look on your face. You're not helping, detective. Okay, well, obviously there's nothing to contradict anything here. I mean, I suppose maybe, because, yeah, there's a ticket stub and everything, but I don't think so. It's high up and the wind is strong. It's frightening. Just can't remember. Can't remember anything at all. All right, maybe we can press on this. That's gonna be my go of it. You say you don't remember anything. In that case, is there anything that looks familiar? I mean, really, in a situation like this, anything is good. Like a vague flash of a color, a smell, like literally anything. It would help a lot. Looks familiar? The cherry tree. What about the cherry tree? I was standing under that cherry tree. That's right. I was taking shelter from the rain because it was raining then. And there, a red... I saw something red. She was under the cherry tree while it rained. And from there, she saw something red. You mean like roses? Red like roses? Is something wrong? It's nothing. Could you add that last part to your story? Okay. But from under the cherry tree, I feel like I saw something red. All right. Anything else other than just being red? A red... what exactly? A red... something or other. It was something red. That's all I can remember about it. Speaking of things that are red here, could it be that stand over there? Huh? Oh, well, I guess stand. A red stand. Ah, that's right! I saw someone walking towards me from the other side of that stand. And then what happened? And then, I'm sorry. It's all right. Simply add everything you just said to your story. That's right. Someone was walking towards me from the other side of that stand. Well, that doesn't really... Well, hang on a second. Let me take another gander at the map here. Or, I mean, I guess it's technically a map. I don't know. Would somebody even fit back there? Do I want to present this? Is that what I want to do? I'm not sure, honestly. Sure?
Objection!
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Haha! I'm not feeling smug, but I am feeling analytical. So you're saying that someone came from behind the stand and walked directly towards you? Yes, someone came right up to me. And that someone must have been a ghost. Oh dear God, a ghost? No, it was a person, I'm sure of it. Ghosts are people. If this is where you were under the cherry tree, then someone behind the stand wouldn't have any ground to stand on. They'd be floating in midair. No person should be able to stand there. But I'm not lying. Oh, my. Someone in red was on the other side of the stand. Okay. Hey, ho! Don't need to hurt yourself there. They were walking towards me, getting closer and closer, and then that person. Oh no! Nope, don't like this. What's wrong? Calm down. It's all right. Me and Mr. Edgeworth are both here for you, pal. I was pushed off. That person in red. Yeah, yes, they were wearing a red raincoat. Shelly again? I don't know who would hire Shelly to murder Kay, though. Someone in a red raincoat was walking in midair. And furthermore, they pushed her off this building? Nonsense. There's no way she could be all right after falling from a building this high. Not unless she landed on something extraordinarily cushy. I mean, she clearly got injured, but... No. I mean, no. I mean, you fall off a 50-story building and land on the ground. Yeah, you ain't coming out of the... Forget about surviving. It's gonna be difficult for you to be even recognizable. Ugh. Don't like thinking about that. Then, suddenly this. Attention, everyone. Please remain where you are. What's wrong, pal? I'm a detective. Tell me what's going on. Sir, a body was just discovered in this building. Of course there was! But, a body? Who is the victim? We're currently investigating the details, but the victim is a woman. We have verified that her name is Kay. What? What? Excuse me? No. Trying to throw this bullcrap with the 2B continued in my face? I don't freaking think so, dude. No. Keep the tapes rolling. That's way too short. Get out of here with that mess. Let's go. What? Okay, well, the nurse is back. That's slightly weird. Friendship squad. No. Okay. This room is... Would this room happen to be... Yes, sir. It's the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's meeting room. Well, that's just serendipitous. What? It's here? I had heard they had recently moved out of the prosecutor's building. But to think they moved here, of all places, that just seems improbable. All right. Noted, I suppose. Mr. Edgeworth. Kay. Yep, that's the nurse. Whoa. That's an interesting old lady you got yourself there. What brings you here? How you holding up? We're in the middle of an investigation right now. Sorry, but who might this be? Well, this is my granny. Let me just... Hi there, Sonny. The name's Bonnie Young. Who the heck are you? She says. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor. Miss Jensen, isn't Young the name of... Granny is the director of the Die Young Hospital. This old lady is the director? Edgeworth, don't be ageist. Well, you gone old, she says. She can read my thoughts? That seems to be happening a lot lately. Oh, so that Granny is pretty important, huh? I wouldn't go that far. I mean, yes, she is. These people are the patient's guardians. You know, the one with amnesia. Seems she's a bit of an introvert. Either that or just ridiculously soft-spoken. Hey, Sonny, want me to cure that bad case of the frownies for you? She says. You can't cure Edgeworth's frownies. He's had that since birth. I'm afraid that's an incurable disease for Mr. Edgeworth, pal. Jovial laughing and good times. What with the body in the corner? Really, Granny, you want me to say that? I ain't got nothing to say to you, whippersnappers. You're free to do whatever you want. But you better not get in the way of my autopsy. Please, wait, where? No means no. Hey, you don't have the right to decide that, pal. What? Why did you just slap her? What? Sorry. Granny is the coroner, you see. And she's in charge of this case. Ow! The hell kind of comedy routine is this? So, I'm very sorry, but that's the way it is. What do you mean that's the way it is, pal? You think you're Walter Cronkite? You ain't. Well, even if you ask me, I'm not the one who said it. What is happening? I kind of feel like I'm watching a comedy act. All right. Me in the game, man. Me in the game. What is this? Wait, is this even a real old lady? You think this is like a hyper elaborate ventriloquist dummy or something? That's totally something this game would do. Well, we need to get back to the autopsy, so please excuse us and take care. What was with her attitude? Yeah, we received permission to investigate. There shouldn't be any problems. The attitude of hers is a huge problem, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do now? We'll investigate the scene, of course. As a prosecutor, I cannot stand by and do nothing. Well then, let's begin. All right then, sure. But the policeman said the dead person is also named Kay. Then, I'm pretty sure I'm not the Kay that you know, Mr. Edgeworth. I can tell just from over here that the victim's body has brown hair. No, you are definitely Kay. We shall investigate that now, but don't worry. There's no question that you are the Kay I know. Call it a mental bond, perhaps. Okay. An amnesiac Kay and a corpse Kay. Both are connected to the Grand Tower. I'm certain that this case will lead me to Kay's lost memories. Investigation has begun again! Let's friggin' go! Gunman, what say you about all the things? For a homicide to occur out of the blue like that, sure is surprising, sir. I may be a detective, but when things happen so suddenly, my mind goes completely blank. And that's why I haven't noticed anything at all, sir. It takes a certain kind of talent to be able to declare that so cheerfully. Oh, are you saying I'm talented? I'm honored, sir. Being praised by Mr. Edgeworth. Those kind words, I'll never forget this moment. He looks so happy I can't bring myself to tell him that it's all a misunderstanding. Oh, their friendship is a weird one, but a good one. I never thought the PIC's meeting room would be right under the viewing platform. It sure saved us the trouble of getting here. In fact, the PIC is actually mentioned in this pamphlet, so what? Well, then you knew that already, Gumshoe! It's in the Grand Tower's little gossip column. I'll read it for you. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee is located on the 50th floor of the Grand Tower. It's a place where prosecutors turn into ex-prosecutors. So come visit the 50th floor and see the dejected looks on the prosecutors' faces. I am not making a dejected face. Hey, I'm just reading what's in the pamphlet, sir. I mean, you're always kind of making a face like that. The living K we have here, and the dead K over there. Why do they have the same name? It can't just be a coincidence, sir. Indeed. However, we won't be able to answer that question until we examine the body. It's all because of that crabby coroner. She's only doing her job. For now, all we can do is wait. Then right now, since we have some time, Allow me to present one of my theories to you, sir. Oh, this is gonna be good. The answer is simple. With all the advancements in scientific technology, what if the 2Ks are clones? That's the only way any of this makes sense. Gumshoe, you've been doing so well this entire game. Why are you this way? Yeah, gonna go with the silent judgment treatment on that one. Let's investigate the other parts of the room until the autopsy is finished. Oh, please don't ignore me like that, sir. Well, then maybe come up with a better idea, because that was just silly. Hey, Faye, alright. KKK, are you okay? Come on. Why do you have to have such an incredibly sad song playing? Yes? Can I help you with something? Whoa, you got a lot to say. Alright, let's go. This is an amazing room. There are large boxes filled with books, a stone sculpture, and sparkly windows. It seems you have also forgotten the names of objects. This might be helpful for recovering your memories. Just repeat after me. Bookcase. Broken safe. Stained glass. Stolen goods. Books on the law. Crooks on the lamb. Statue of the goddess. Snatched loot of the great thief. Are all her mistakes biased towards a certain way? Okay, well, there's still some K rattling around in there. That's good, Okay, until just a few days ago, you were calling yourself my assistant. Looking at me, is there anything you remember? Things I remember, huh? Well, yes, just one thing. Mr. Edgeworth on the viewing platform above us. Oh? You pointed at me and... Yes? With a really scary face, you interrogated me. That happened just a few minutes ago! Oh, poor Kay. The terror of Mr. Edgeworth badgering you for contradictions is your only memory. Must be scary, pal. Hopeless. The end of the world, pal. You should show this detective what true terror really is. Alright, well, what about the gunman? Kay, before you lost your memories, you got along well with Detective Gumshoe. He's everyone's friend. Does looking at me help you remember anything, pal? Do I remember anything? I know. For a while now, Mr. Edgeworth has been getting on your case. That's not a memory, it's just a pleasant part of my daily life. You consider that to be pleasant? Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh? So Detective Gumshoe thinks it's pleasant? Seems I'll have to get on his case even more from now on. Dear God, he's become desensitized to criticisms. Alright, well, those were some funny anecdotal nonsense. Not too terribly helpful, but still, glad to have it. What about you, Policeman Jones? There you go. You there. Tell me the situation about the security of this room. Yes, sir. To enter this room, a special key card is required. I see. In other words, not just anyone can enter this room. That's going to come in handy. Thank you kindly. So, the person who found the body was also... Yes, it was a member of the PIC who would come here for today's hearing. A member of the PIC. If not for this case, right now, I would be... Oh boy, with that mess. All right, good to know, good to know. Let's see. Whoa, that's a big old pile of blood. Dear God. Is it just me, or is Lady Justice in this universe a little scantily clad? Anyone else saying that? Okay, that appears to be a full skirt. But the chest area. Huh. I suppose it's possible that they have their own design, but that's an interesting interpretation. This is Lady Justice. You sure do know a lot, sir. So what kind of powers does she have? She's a symbol of justice, not a superhero. Although granted, I mean, Lady Justice could very easily be the name of a superhero. I mean, that's basically just one step away from what Wonder Woman basically is. It said that the scales represent justice, the sword power, and the blindfold equality. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking big pile of goop and blood. Oh dear Lord, look at all this goo. Ain't nobody need that in their lives. The pool of blood lies at the feet of the goddess statue. Judging from the pool blood, it seems that this was where the victim was killed. But, sir, the blood is over there. I mean, the body is over there. After murdering the victim, did the killer move the body? I mean, I guess that would stand to some degree of reason. Excuse me. Now what? Ready! Ah! hoping she jumped. Ow! Oh, yes, what is it? I'm happy! That voice. It's Von Karma, right? Do you know her, Granny? Good to see you again, Doctor. Ah, she's doing the fancy bow. I'm happy! Oh, man, I was beginning to think we weren't gonna see you. Ah! And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. What is she doing here? Franziska Von Karma. She's a prosecutor working with Interpol and the daughter of Manfred Von Karma. And for all intents and purposes, basically your stepsister, essentially. like, come on, you've known each other since you were both essentially very, like toddlers at this point. Come on. She should be jetting around the world right now. Whatever that is the case, I will follow. National borders mean nothing before me. You know, I've never been great at it, but I just like to very quickly apologize to literally any British and or German-speaking people that might be watching this. I know they're bad. I'm sorry, and I'm doing my best. Your presence here must mean that this case is international significance. You know well enough that I'm chasing a smuggling ring. I thought we already solved that, though. I shall recover all the stolen goods and crush that organization. Then, does that mean the smuggling ring is also involved in this particular case? Any further information is confidential. I am not obligated to speak of it with you. So it won't be that easy. That's our Franny. Miss Franziska Von Karma? Granny says, the autopsy is complete. You're free to do what you want. In that case, we would like to investigate as well. I've heard rumors about you. No way am I letting you near that body. You might try to actually solve the crime. Nobody wants that. You're that prosecutor who's about to get the boot. You best run on home now, Sonny. Just so you know, I wasn't the one who said that, okay? Please, Granny. We need to investigate, no matter what. Hey, Lassie, who you calling Granny? I'm sorry. We're not getting anywhere. I guess I have no other choice. Time to grovel at Franziska's feet again. Right. Franziska, please allow us to aid you in your investigation. We must examine that body in order to find out what happened to Kay. To Kay Faraday? I'm asking you to, sir. Kay's in really bad shape. Come on, Fran. I know you got a soft spot for Kay. I don't know what's going on. But fine. I'll grant you permission. You have my thanks. Of course, I didn't say it would come without a price. You will explain everything to me later. We really owe you one, sir. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Oh! It begins again! Ah! So that's how it is. If you'd be so kind as to authorize them to, Doctor. I suppose it's fine if he's with a prosecutor from Interpol. Is what she says. And I fully agree with Granny. By the Von Karma name, the entire world will be judged. That's just common knowledge. That's rather conceited for common knowledge. Yes, but also you should probably be used to it by now, Edgeworth, let's be real. Well, it's none of my beeswax anymore, is what she says. I hope you don't get in trouble for this. You needn't worry. I'm Franziska Von Goddamn Karma. My reputation will not be shaken by something so petty. Unlike me, who is on the verge of losing his badge. I'd like to see someone try to get Franziska's badge. Forget about that mess. That ain't ever happening. All right, I don't suppose you got anything new to say? Yes, sir. Oh, dang, you do. Nice. Prosecutor Von Karma just got here, and she already hit me with a whip. Even if I stand further back, she always seems to hit me before I can get out of the way. Yeah, she's got a second sense for it. No, it's worse than that. At times it feels like she'll even chase you down if you manage to avoid her attacks. Yeah, that feeling of despair, I know it all too well, sir. Franziska regularly assaults people with a weapon in every given moment and situation, and we just kind of treat that as an endearing character quirk. I won't lose to you in terms of how many times she's hit me with a whip, Miss Edgeworth. That's not something to boast about? Oh dear God, I think he might be starting to enjoy it. Oh dear. Another K. I bet they look identical, sir. Like two peas in a pod. They only share the same name. Please try not to jump the gun. Jump the gun? Ah, is that like when you jump while you hold the gun? Last time I did that, I accidentally discharged my gun and shot a hole in the ceiling. Okay, well, first of all, I think it's more than slightly weird that you don't know that particular turn of phrase. Also, in what situation did you require to jump while also holding your gun? When did this, what happened, Gumshoe? That's not what it means at all. It means not to be so hasty. Understood, sir. Well, then, Mr. Edgeworth, we have permission to examine the body now, so let's see what secrets K's pea in a pod holds. Like, someone's pod is missing a few peas. Please, detective, there's no need to jump the gun. Fun. All right, well, let's just go ahead. Anything new on your side there, Kay? Let's see, anything to say? No? Okay. I was just wondering if maybe Franny's hilarious assault on Gumshoe provided you with anything. All right, well, let's go and talk to her immediately. You don't gotta tell me twice. I'm all about that talking to Francisca Styles. Yes, what is it? All right, what do you notice, Francisca? A murder case at the PIC meeting room. Since you asked to cooperate in the investigation, I do hope you'll be able to produce results. I mean, that's kind of my whole thing. Naturally, why do you think I'm here? Well, now that you mention it, why are you here exactly? Ha ha! You know what? Maybe let's not go there right now. That's right, she still doesn't know about my PIC hearing today. The circumstances behind it are deeper than the sea, sir. Allow me to explain it on Mr. Edgeworth's behalf. Oh, God! Miles Edgeworth, I do not care about your circumstances. All that matters now is reaching the truth of this case. Am I wrong? Indeed. There is some truth in what you say. If you ask me, I don't think that is totally right! I'll say this. Whipping someone is easier than being worried. But being on the receiving end of the whip isn't easy at all! Poor Gum Gum Man. Francisca, why are you here when you're supposed to be working with Interpol? Curious, are you? But it's confidential. I have no obligation to tell you. Her response was as I expected. That's just the Von Karma way. More importantly, shouldn't there be a prosecutor in charge of this murder case? Oh dear God, please let me see Francisca and DeBest interact. I need that in my life yesterday. I don't know who it is, but I was hoping it wouldn't be someone completely useless. Oh, this is gonna be good. They're not even here yet. They're late. Just what is that fool doing? Ah, God, why? I have nothing to do with it, sir. I wouldn't think it's very commendable to just whip people at random. I swing, therefore I whip. That is my philosophy. I feel like you may have kind of aped someone else's philosophy and just might have thrown in a whip for your own personal sake. I will whip anyone who slacks off in their work. To the yet unseen prosecutor in charge, I hereby offer you my sympathies in advance. Oh, don't worry, when it's DeBest and Courtney, I'm sure everyone will be totally okay with it. I doubt Courtney's gonna get hit with a whip, but still. Judging from your exchange just now, I take it you've met Dr. Young before? How astute, Miles Edgeworth. That's right. She is an acquaintance of mine. Back then, it is a long story. Seems she doesn't intend to tell me anymore. So I'll leave it at that then. So what happened back then? Please tell me all about it, sir. Dear God, why? A foolish fool shamelessly prying into other people's business. Watch what you say, Scruffy. How cruel. Whipping me out of the blue. With great whip comes great responsibilities. What? All right, the reference game in this case seems a little nuts, I'm gonna be honest with you. One good whip deserves another. The scruffy fool gets the whip. Try harder, worthless whip bait. Appears I was right to leave it at that. She's a whip-happy lassie. All right, then. Well, let's take a gander at the corpse. What do we got? What are we working with here? This body. Whoa, that's an interesting wound. Were they stabbed with a candelabra? I didn't know you could stab somebody with a candelabra. This body. It's not Kesa. It doesn't look like her at all. Gumshoe, come on, man. You were doing so fantastic the last 3 cases. Where is this coming from? Of course it isn't. Kay's alive, after all. Her age is, I'd guess, around 30. And she's wearing a pantsuit, which basically means that she's extra fancy. Maybe she worked at one of the offices in the building? So her identity is still unknown. The question now becomes, why did the police believe her name was Kay? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious corpse and cadaver. Whew, boy, there's actually a lot to look at here. All right, first things first, let's maybe look at what I imagine is probably the kill shot. There doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket. I mean, I'm not really trying to look in a pocket. This pocket has holes in it, sir. Judging by how the clothes was pierced, she must have been stabbed by some sharp object. All your coins would fall out of those clothes, sir. Detective, haven't you ever heard of a wallet? Of course I have, sir. I just use my pockets, though. Most people do, right? I don't think people put coins in a wallet, Edgeworth. Never mind. All right, well, I believe I have also found the murder weapon. Could this be the murder weapon, sir? A three-pronged candelabra. It's consistent with the number of stab wounds. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra. I keep getting names mixed up, like the candy zebra. I'm afraid it's not quite what you're imagining, Detective. A candelabra is a candlestick holder with multiple arms. Have you not seen Beauty and the Beast, Lumiere? Come on now. Ah, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to pay my electric bill, and I had to get by only with candles. What time period are you from? The time period where you could forget to pay an electric bill? What kind of retort is that? All right, well, that's more than most likely the murder weapon. Oh, yes, indeedy. All right, I'm also noticing a fair bit of blood on their head. Were they also bludgeoned? There's some blood on her head. Maybe she was hit by something. We don't know that for sure. Investigation will ultimately clear that up. All right, I'm also noticing this extraordinarily alarming little piece of information. That kind of looks like a corsage. Something seems to be pinned to her jacket. It's made out of purple cloth. Looks like it's been forcibly torn off, doesn't it? Oh, and I can deduce. All right, yep, we can definitely connect these things together. Oh, that's not gonna be good for Kay. Great, she's gonna be, she's totally gonna be charged with murder, even though she's currently in the middle of being an amnesiac. That sucks! Eureka, at least! The purple flower Kay had with her. I wonder if that originally belonged to the victim. Now that you mention it, the cloth does look the same as the one on the pin. Yes, let's compare them without delay. It's a perfect match, sir. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. Huzzah, huzzah. That's not good news at all. The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means... That can only mean that Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. And about that corsage, it looks like it was forcibly ripped off. There's a possibility that Kay Faraday is connected to this case. And depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect. What did you say? There's no way she did it! It's unthinkable! Kay could never do that, sir! However, it's true we have no evidence to deny that claim. And considering our track record with everybody accusing people, oh, you know, it's fairly obvious how this is going to go. It's nothing more than a possibility at the moment. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? Indeed. For better or for worse. Oh, that is such a pile of bots. Alright, what's with the blood on her hand? The left side of a white jacket has been stained a deep red. This jacket, the buttons are on the right side. Yes? Isn't that normal, sir? All of my clothes have the buttons on the right side. For women, it is normal to have them on the left side. Is that actually true? Is that a real thing? Mr. Edgeworth, you really do know everything, including women's fashion for some reason. Probably shouldn't read too much into that, I guess. That's just common knowledge. Is it, though? It doesn't seem to be anything out of place. There's something white in her pocket. The gloves. Pure white ones. One for each hand, sir. They don't seem to be dirty. Could they be the victims? I have no idea. Also, I'm noticing this. Hello. This notebook. Huh? Isn't that Kay's promise notebook? What? Tiny Kay returns! This is the notebook she wrote all her promises to her father in. Really takes me back, sir. Yeah, why do they have it? Never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with a stranger. When Kay was young, she and her father wrote the promises they made in this notebook. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know, never cry in front of strangers. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. However, why is it in a place like this? Ah, well, now that you mention it, I once heard something from Detective Bad a long time ago. It seems that before anyone had noticed, Kay's memento had gone missing. What? What? Somebody stole her promise notebook? What the crap? So, a piece of evidence that was in police custody went missing? Detective Bad frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it. What could this mean? Why was the missing notebook found here? You there, do you happen to know anything about this notebook? The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. That was the only evidence we had to identify the body. All right, well, I guess that explains that much. So that's why you called her Kay. What a misleading victim, huh? Why does she have Kay's notebook? She would like to have some information on the victim's identity, though. That sure would be nice. All that's really left that I can figure is the very obvious key card thing. There's a burn mark on her hand. Is it connected to the cause of death? No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. Seems there's something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me? I'd very much rather not touch a corpse. That sounds very icky. Yes, sir. Understood. This is... Oh, I know. This must be a gift card from a department store. Ah! It seems to be a key card. Why? The question is, what was this key card for? Well, it doesn't really take a genius to figure this one out, now does it? Yeah, I feel like I can logic up myself something pretty decent here, let's be real. All right, hang on. Ba-ba-bow and ba-ba-bow. She had a key card, she could get in, easy peasy styles. Perhaps the key card the victim was holding is for this room. I'll go find out, sir. Come to away! I'm back, sir! Miss Edgeworth! From this room's security system, we were able to retrieve the data of the victim's card. So that means the victim was able to freely enter this room. If the card actually belongs to the victim, of course. Yes, of course. I guess they could have stolen it. That's a possibility. Can't say that it's not. Ah! Alright. That was a pretty fruitful investigation. Feeling pretty good about that one. So, the victim's identity remains unknown. Should you really still be calling me Kay? Well, yeah, it's your stinking name. Of course, what are you saying, pal? Thank you, but then what about that woman? She is someone who you may have killed. That's all we know. Subtle as a brick to the face with that one, Francisca. There's no way that's true. Right, Miss Edgeworth? I also do not believe you killed her. You are such a naive man, Miles Edgeworth. No, I just feel like I know Kay pretty well. Who in the hell is singing Mighty Mouse right now? And am I the only person who understands a reference to Mighty Mouse?